Recordings. Okay. So, good afternoon. This is Trustasea Podcast, and today again, we have as a guest Viren Dayal sir. And sir, it is truly a privilege for us to have the opportunity to host you on this podcast. Your remarkable journey of over 4 decades across logistics, custom laws, international trade, and corporate leadership is deeply inspiring. Your contributions as a senior faculty, consultant, and trainer, along with your role, is shaping young professionals and guiding businesses across India. It reflects not only on your vast experience but also your commitment to knowledge sharing and nation building. We are especially honored to learn from someone who has witnessed and contributed to the evolution of India's logistic ecosystem from its foundational years to the modern, globally connected landscape it is becoming today. And I thought of having this conversation about future as a logistics as a career in India because as we just now saw, when the Strait of Hormuz is in a, if there's a restriction on that because of the geopolitical issues, we see how much impact the logistics and the trade has on the economy and different aspects of it. So I thought let us, the young generation, also gain an insight into this industry. And sir, I would like to begin the questions if you allow me to.
Thank you so much, Raghav, for this wonderful opportunity. I'll do my best to answer all your questions. You're very kind to have offered me this particular opportunity for the podcast.
And
Yes, we
someone,
can
this
begin
one thing about
this
you
case.
was that I forgot to mention was that you take a lot of training and for the custom brokers, aspiring custom brokers of our country as well. So there are a
Correct.
huge number of students who have benefited from sir's teaching and have cleared and had their career in that field because of sir. So that very thank you for that as well.
So that is my passion to teach and pass on knowledge to the fraternity at large, wherever they may be in any corner of India. So that's a little bit about why I teach customs law. I've been teaching for last 26 years now. This is my 26th year of teaching.
Oh wow,
Thank you.
that's a wonderful and long period of time you have contributed, sir. Sir, would you have to share how your journey began in the field of logistics and customs?
Let me take it on a humorous note here. I'm the youngest of three brothers. My older two brothers are chartered accountants by
Oh,
profession. So they are CA.
yes, sir.
But CA was too good for me. So I became a CHA. That's a custom house agent.
Oh, okay.
Now known as a custom broker.
Yes.
But the role remains the same. The work remains the same. The aspirations, the cargo remains the same. Everything. So that's so I joined the business way back in about 1988. And prior to that, after my BCom, which you rightly explained in 1982, I had joined a multinational company and that time working in corporate finance and doing my company law side by side, aspiring to become to become a company secretary, but then somehow I could not complete that. So my father's older brother offered this business to me, which I plunged into in 1988. And since then, I've been a logistician.
Oh,
Right. Thank you.
sir,
So
over
38
the
years in logistics and another 6 years of learning. So I've been working for the last 44 years.
oh, sir, over your long professional career, what major transformations have you witnessed in this industry?
That's a good question. So, uh, uh, for us, cloud was the rain cloud. Today, the definition of cloud is different. Uh, we moved from handshakes to hard disk, from manual paperwork to now pixels. And there's a huge transformation of the entire landscape or the canvas of logistics in India. More importantly, so because of the 1992 reforms which took place after the elections of 1991, when Dr. Manmohan Singh was the finance minister and Late Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao was at the helm. So India had to kickstart the economy once again, and that gave a huge impetus to logistics as one of those sectors which are growing. So from
It got
92
a
on,
boost from there onwards.
bigger pardon?
It got a boost. The industry got a boost in its.
Because India was a very watertight economy earlier. And as you know from history, India never took part in the Cold War as such. So it was non aligned, which you would have learned in history in school.
Yes.
So, but the India's watertight economy was such that we never looked outside and we actually were not progressing. So there was a brain drain from India. Many people left India and went abroad. Maybe some of your cousins, of course, my cousins too, are living somewhere abroad in some part of the world. So anyway, so my journey began that time in 1988, and that time there was no GPS, there was no phones. We had to dial and talk. We should go walking on foot to the docks. That time it was only Mumbai port, not as JNPT also. Yes, so definitely logistics has evolved over a period of time. So I started from scratch, although it's a family run business. I started from scratch. I stood in lines to get the delivery order from the shipping lines. I examined cargo. I used to open the containers and, so a lot of things. So it was pure physical mukadami work, manual labor, but it was fun. Yeah, right.
Sir, if you had to explain the term logistics in a very simple manner to young people who may not be sure of what all it includes, what would you how do you explain this term of logistics?
Okay, good. So remember in LSCM, when I was teaching you way back in your college, there was the 7 C's. C means, right customer, right product, right time, right consumer,
Right.
uh, and so on. So I beg your pardon, the 7 R's. The 7 R's were the right consumer, right time, right place, right product, right time of delivery, and so on. So basically, logistics is moving goods from one place to another. So the word freight, suppose you use the word freight. So freight here would also mean the goods. So we move the goods from one place to another. Another example, during the pandemic, while you were at home, so was I at home. We got all our essential commodities in time. So logistics was there that time. So logistics ensured that all your medicines and food grains at the Bania shop were always available, and that's what we logisticians do. So logistics is an industry now. People have to think out of marketing and finance to more than a sunrise industry, which logistics is. So it's not like, let me give you one example. Um, it's not merely trucking anymore. It is not, so let us take the example of Amazon here. Amazon delivers the product to you very fast. So it's no more a cost center, it's a competitive advantage. So this is what logistics is, right? The goods should move and come to you at the right time, right place, and so on. That is what is logistics all about. And an integral part of the supply chain, where you're moving the raw material to components to manufacturing, finished goods, uh, distribution, marketing, and so on. I hope I've answered this correctly, unless
Yes,
you want
sir.
to know some more on this.
Sir, actually, I
So,
wanted to know
just
that.
to sum up, logistics means procurement and sourcing, warehouse and robotics management now, warehouse management system.
Sir, I wanted to ask that What are the key career paths or roles available within logistics and supply chain today?
So see, Government of India has embarked upon, my guidance to the young professionals would be, you know, you have to start from scratch. No lunches are free. So join the industry, learn the logistics as a career, shipping lines, freight forwarding, custom brokers like me. We have so why should you join this career? That is why what you wanted to basically focus upon. So logistics now again coming back to the fact that there's PM Gati Shakti and the national logistics policy. We have better roads, better infrastructure. We have the advantage of a stable government. We have the advantages of skilled and semi-skilled manpower. We have the advantage of lower wages compared to most of the Asian nations, plus the backdrop of COVID, which has, given a lot of impetus to industry. So when industries come and they start manufacturing in India, ancillary industries also get work. So your GDP goes up. So all these are important factors, and the government is doing a lot to usher in more and more industries into India in various sectors. And the government has played a very pivotal role here to do so. So my guidance to would be is that have a skilled mindset. You already know that everything is AI. Even the Indian customs works on AI based platform. And if you are if you you consider this as a career, then there will be stability and growth. Work will increase. All the ports in India currently and the inland container depots in the landlocked countries in India, what we call as ICDs, are all expanding.
Hmm.
And the latest near hardly 100 kilometers from Mumbai or whatever is the Vadron port coming up in the next few years. So imagine the amount of initiative the government has done to increase imports and exports from India, especially the exports. So I would say yes, join the industry. Please come. We require more and more people in logistics. We are MSME based industry. So although technology plays an important role, even human touch plays an important role. Right.
Sir, have you
Over
seen
to you.
logistics evolve from a back-end function to a more strategic and impactful domain over the years? Like especially after the government had changed post 2014?
Okay. Uh, I would not say the change government per se. The government, especially from 2011, when it comes to processes in Indian customs, I'm talking about. Okay.
Yes.
So please understand first that Indian customs collects indirect taxes, and it talks about the duty is paid on goods. Therefore, Customs Act is a tangible act
Hmm.
vis-a-vis the Income Tax Act, which is an intangible act. For example,
Hmm.
here you're moving goods and you're paying duty on the goods. So the previous, since the past at least 15 years now, not even 15 years, I beg your pardon, at least from 2011 onwards, I'm seeing there is a sea change in the policy of the government to usher in trade facilitation, ease of doing business, cost reduction in your transaction cost, faster delivery of the cargo like direct port delivery, direct port entry. So faster the goods are available, faster you make your manufacturing, your working capital cost is accordingly reduced, correct?
Yes.
Goods are available faster. So this is one of the initiatives, especially from the last 10 years, I would say. We are in 2026, right?
Hmm.
So last 10 years, government has, so say up to last 10 years or around that time, India's ease of doing business index was in 3 digits. Now it has come down to 2 digits. But still, our cost of logistics is about much higher than most of the European countries, which are trying to cut down. We're trying to bring it from 2 digit, about maybe 12 or 13% of the GDP, to about 7 to at least 7% of GDP in the next few years. That is what India needs to do now. And of course, the government is working on it. And most important change which the government brought for faster clearance of cargo was faceless and paperless. So I'm talking to you. So when I'm talking to you, we are talking on the computer. So one computer talks to the other computer. Now, what does paperless, faceless mean is that my cargoes come to JNPT port, but in faceless, which the custom officer doesn't know where the cargoes come from. It may be assessed to duty in Chennai or Guwahati or Delhi or Calcutta, we don't know. And it's a time monitored program, So how fast the custom officer passes the document and gives it for duty. And plus, most of the cargoes which are, don't require much of intervention by Indian customs, it goes under the RMS, risk management system. Means I trust you. On a scale of 1 to 10, there are always 2 or 3 importers, maybe some assessees who may be misdeclaring. I'm not making a statement, but maybe. But there are 7 to 8 of them who are working conscientiously, they're working scrupulously, they're declaring the right product, right quantity, etc. So let them take the cargo faster. So in that sense, cargo has really increased manifold in terms of faster movement. More and more ICDs are coming up. Current infrastructure is also expanding, like JNPT port itself. Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to ask you, do you think India is on track to become a global logistics hub and, contribute to the Viksit Bharat mission of 2047? So, do you think that as the progress of India in logistics rapid, or do you see at a steady rate year on year?
Yes. So some sectors like warehousing, I see a good CAGR. So over a period of years, India will grow leaps and bounds. But nothing happens overnight. So
Yeah.
as long as the government policies are in force to usher in ease of doing business, faster clearances. Now, example, today we are in April 2026, Raghav.
Yes, sir.
And already the Indian customs system, which is, everything electronic, correct? So it's now embarking upon a higher and a faster version. Like how you get updates on your phone for installing a better whatever something similar. The government is doing right now, so that clearance are much faster, and ease of doing business really now is shaping up to its last kind of module. Yeah, that is one thing. Yeah, so coming back to what you said about future of logistics in India. So I think by earlier there were about, if I'm not mistaken, 1 crore or 10 million people in logistics about 10 years ago. But now I think there are about more than 2 crore people in logistics alone. And the industry is growing. Custom brokers are getting a lot of work. So imagine I'm sitting with you on a Sunday because on weekdays I don't get time.
Hmm.
We are at that stage now when it comes
Hmm.
to cargo movement, both inbound and outbound. Yeah. So I would tell the young generation to come into this industry. It's got a lot of potential, a lot of future. We have warehousing, we have packaging also, green packaging. We have, of course, custom clearance and custom broking as a business. We have transportation as a business. So yes, everyone will be required. Technology will be required. So technology will drive the industry much, much faster than what it used to be earlier. Over to you, Raghav.
Yes, sir. That was a very insightful explanation by you. So, I wanted to ask you how important are certifications such as the custom brokers qualifications or logistic training program? Like, how important are they for someone who is, entering this
Right.
industry?
Right. So I'm actually proud and happy to say that I'm a logistician now, 38 plus years in this industry. Now, who a custom broker is, I'll explain to you. First, understand our importance. Custom broker or a custom house agent, which you known earlier, is a very important link between the trade and the government. So we have a pivotal role to play that we tell the trade the initiatives of the government to boost exports. We tell the government the problems faced by the importers and exporters, that is the trade. So we are a very important intermediary. So custom broking license is given to me not by the trade but by the government, that is Ministry of Finance, the Central Board of Indirect Tax and Customs. Under that, you need to pass an exam, a written exam followed by an interview. So I passed it about 34 years ago. And you can become a successful custom broker because custom brokers' knowledge, uh, if I were to put it in a lighter note, without hurting anybody, of course, shipping company, freight forwarding agent, in a manner of speaking, are example BCom. Whereas a custom broker is, in that sense, a CA. Because besides knowing the product, what are the rates of duties, what are various compliances which needs to be done. So we are also integral part of the entire supply chain. We need to know exactly when cargo moves, when, where, update our clients. So it's a trust based industry. Nobody changes custom brokers overnight. Some clients stay with you forever, 30 years, 40 years, and so on. So this is how custom broking. So it's a principal and agent relationship. Only thing is you have to work scrupulously. There's a lot of work in the market and it's growing. Now, importantly, the role of a customer. See, so government believes in the doctrine of legitimate expectation.
Hmm.
Importers and exporters are growing leaps and bounds. Even the current importers exporters are growing, but government does not want to deal with them directly. Hence, we are there to serve the industry. So, 98% of India's cargo is moved by us, we custom brokers. Pan India, there are about 12,000 only, 12 to 15,000 custom brokers who have qualified in India so far, as compared to CAME, so many. And we employ good number of people because we are MSME based industry. So welcome to the industry, Raghav.
Sir, so can we call this custom broker the certification one of the most important and the highest possible, like a
Yes,
certification in logistics?
correct. So custom broker is for clearance of cargo, but there are other certificates also. Let me put it to you in a little detailed manner. The Indian Institute of Freight Forwarders, based at in Mumbai, we run a 300 hours program, a certificate program which is certified and approved by FIATA. FIATA is the world body of custom brokers. Like they are our Reserve Bank of India.
Okay.
And they certify the program. It's a 300-hour weekend program. So when you do this, you get a lot of insights into freight forwarding, custom broking, insurance, linkages, banking, and more important, mainly pertain to freight forwarding, then multimode transport operation like air cargo, sea cargo, and so on. So it's a very useful course and just 300 hours weekend. You can learn a lot on our industry and then you can join too. Yeah.
So that was
So this one course which I would recommend everyone to do. There are other industries also who may be offering, but nobody offers course like Indian Institute of Freight Forwarders. Is the training arm
Hmm.
of the Federation of Freight Forwarders Association in India, and FFFAI, Triple FAI, is the apex body of all custom broker associations pan India.
Hmm.
And I would recommend you to do this course also, although you are from finance right now, although you are pursuing finance.
So that was a
Over to
very
you.
insightful detail into what are certifications and all that will be useful. Sir, the final question I wanted to ask you was, what common mistakes do you observe among newcomers entering this industry? What are some of the mistakes, most common mistakes they tend to make?
Uh, After all, customs law is a law. So either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. So while I have a few interns from your college, even currently working with me, the youth generally make mistakes of not trying to learn and to take a shortcut, because nothing is possible overnight
Hmm.
unless you have knowledge,
Hmm.
the right knowledge, do the right courses. You cannot
Hmm.
really grow.
Hmm.
As you say in English, half knowledge is dangerous. So the current youth tend to be more tech savvy, and of course, it's a good thing to be tech savvy. But it's also important to understand how the system works, how the business works, what are the pros and cons here, how
Hmm.
careful you should be while handling cargo. Because I may be doing 99 times perfect work. One particular container, the 100th time I mess it up, the client can tell me tomorrow onwards, I will not give you any work. So ours is a service-based industry, and services are required accurately, seamlessly, and without any error. So the current generation of youth should understand that it takes time to learn logistics, but once you master it, then sky is the limit.
Viren sir, thank you so much for doing this podcast for our channel and on a Sunday as well for taking time from a busy schedule. And we are thankful to you for that. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Raghav, thank you for this wonderful opportunity once again. And I would tell you one more thing, that this industry is recession proof. Although the Hormuz black back the what's going on right now, still goods have to move,
Hmm.
and people like us and the other logisticians here in this industry will always be required to move the cargo. Thank you so much, and anything else, let me know.
Yes.